But then a curious thing happened after Hillary Clinton attacked Obama. Edwards stepped in. Let's share with you what he said and then interpret it. Here's Edwards.
Let me just say a quick word about this. You know, Senator Obama and I have differences. We do. We have a difference about health care, which he and I have talked about before. We have a fundamental difference about the way you bring about change. But both of us are powerful voices for change. And I might add, we finished first and second in the Iowa caucus, I think in part as a result of that. Now, what I would say is this. Anytime you speak out powerfully for change, the forces of status quo attack. That's exactly what happens. It's fine to have a disagreement about health care. To say that Senator Obama is having a debate with himself from some Associated Press story, I think is just not, that's not the kind of discussion we should be having. I think that every time this happens, what will occur every time he speaks out for change, every time I fight for change, the forces of status quo are going to attack. Every single time. And what we have to remember, and this is the overarching issue here, because what we really need in New Hampshire and in future state primaries is we need an unfiltered debate between the agents of change about how we bring about that change. Because we have differences about that. But the one thing I do not argue with him about is he believes deeply in change. And I believe deeply in change. And any time you're fighting for that, I mean, I didn't hear these kind of attacks from Senator Clinton when she was ahead. Now that she's not, we hear them. And any time you speak out for change, this is what happens.
All right, I got a lot to say about that clip. First of all, man, we showed the video on theyoungturks.com. You got to see Senator Clinton's face. I mean, it's reeking of, I can't stand this dude. Okay. Second of all, Edwards jumping to Obama's defense. I'm going to put that in the interesting category. You know what? There's two words flashing in my head as I heard Edwards speaking there. Let's see. Now, J.R. Jackson's a legendary guesser. So I want you to see if you can. It's really one word, but it happens to be two.
Well, I think I know what the term is that's in your head. I'll give you that if you would like.
Yes, I would.
Vice President.
It's too easy for Jerry. He's like, come on, please. I'm getting beyond it.
But I'm thinking maybe you'll say what I'm already thinking, so I'm going to let you finish it.
Yeah, no. First of all, it was like flashing above his head in neon lights. Vice President, Vice President. I would like to be Vice President. You got to give Edwards credit, man. To go for Vice President again, it's kind of a ballsy maneuver. I mean, it seems like it's halfway cheesy. I don't know if you could do that. He's like, what are you talking about? I don't care. I'll go for Vice President again. And then 8 years from now, I'll go for President again. Because you know why? I really want to be president. Hey, credit where credit is due. Yeah, JR, go ahead.
Now, think of it this way. Now, we always talk about how the person in the lead says the least, or just keeps rolling with their momentum. Just chill. The person who's behind all of a sudden has to attack to get back up.
Yep.
What does the person in the middle do then?
Yeah.
This is a new strategy. Since he's in the middle, he's number 2. So the guy in the front is leading, and everybody loves him right now. So you go ahead and not necessarily piggyback, but you go ahead and ride off his momentum since you're right there with him. Say, look, we're both about the same, but I'm a little different. So you can still set up to jump him if he needs to. At the same time, keep that third one down. Keep him out of this. We need a 1-2 going here is what he's thinking.
And J.R. Jackson, that analysis is 100% correct, 0% incorrect. The second part of this is, let me go ahead and knock her ass out. And then it's me and him, and all of a sudden I'm right back in it because I don't know where our supporters go. Maybe they come to me, maybe they go to Obama, but all of a sudden we're in the ball game. And number 2, just as JR pointed out there, hey, I'm in the same boat as Obama. People like change. I'm for change. I'm for a little different kind of change, but I'm definitely for change. Okay? So if you're looking for change, us two are the guys, maybe president and vice president, or maybe I overtake his ass once we knock her out. But the one thing you got to do for sure is knock her out. That's what he's going for. And politically speaking, it makes all the sense in the world. It's an interesting maneuver, a little unexpected, but it makes perfect sense. So God bless, go forward. It's a nice job by Edwards to turn it around like that. And there's no downsides to it. He attacks the status quo. People don't like the status quo. He labels Hillary Clinton's status quo, which she hates, right, and which nobody's in favor of. He jumps to Obama's defense and seems like a nice guy. He says, I'm in the same boat as Obama. He says, I'm for change. And he says, we got to move ahead. Look, it's a win-win-win all around.